We all know that one person that just has it. Confidence, self-drive, motivation, discipline. And we think to ourselves, why are they different to the way I am? And the reason for that is because they have something called self-belief. Self-belief is single-handedly one of the most important things that you can implement on a daily basis to ensure that you're successful and to make sure that you're able to achieve all future goals. In this video, I'm going to break down the different types of self-belief and the tools that you need to implement to have self-belief and to develop that over time. The first thing that self-belief can help with is overcoming obstacles. We all have obstacles no matter what we're doing, whether we're still in university, in school, whether we're in the world of work. There's going to be obstacles every single day, whether that's a tricky manager, whether it's an assignment that we are just not getting done because it's too hard, or whether it's a subject we just hate entirely. Now, self-belief can help you overcome obstacles because it allows you the headspace to believe in yourself. Now, when I was in school, self-belief wasn't really a thing. It was you're gonna be successful because so-and-so said so, and that's the end of it. So teachers, for example, would not instill self-belief into students. They handpicked the students they thought would do well, and the others, they kind of just let them get on with things. Now, where that is detrimental to someone's self-belief and confidence, those kids, those minds are not being nurtured in the way they should be, especially at that impressionable age. Self-belief can help you overcome obstacles because it's given you the opportunity to tell yourself that you are worthy, that you can overcome this thing, and the thing that's in front of you isn't that bad. Self-belief can also help with your personal growth. The only way you're going to grow in life, and I don't mean height-wise, is you have to have self-belief. So if you want to go for that next job, if you want to try that new skill, if you want to try that new sport, you have to have self-belief throughout. Because without that, you're not going to try that new thing. You're always going to stay in that fixed mindset of, I'm not good enough, everyone else is better than me, there's no point doing it because I'm not going to get it. Now, if everyone thought that way, everyone would live a pretty average, mediocre life. Now, there's nothing wrong with an average life, but there has to be an element of growth in life. Self-belief also can help you when you're trying to apply for a new job. If it's a job that requires a little bit more experience, has more money and more responsibility, there's no reason why you shouldn't apply for it. The first stage is self-belief, believing that you can get that job if you're able to give examples of those skills they're looking for, and actually you are someone that can fulfill that role. But that's only going to come again from self-belief. Instilling that in your day-to-day will allow you to progress and grow in different ways. How self-belief can make you someone successful. One of my favorite boxers of all time was Muhammad Ali, the GOAT. He, in 1964, was going to fight George Foreman, who was the most ferocious heavyweight at the time. George Foreman, I believe, had knocked out every single one of his opponents. Muhammad Ali was the only person he had not fought yet, but everyone wrote Muhammad Ali off. They said that he didn't have a prayer, that he'd get knocked out, he would get hurt, he wasn't going to get anywhere near George Foreman. Now, the lead up to the fight, Muhammad Ali did not waver in his confidence once. He did not say to himself that he doesn't stand a chance, and he trained hard for that fight. That fight was 15 rounds, and I believe throughout the fight, George Foreman was winning. He was winning the fight. In the 15th round, Muhammad Ali knocked him out. The crowd went wild. Now, the only way to explain what had happened there was that Muhammad Ali had self-belief. On paper, George Foreman should have crushed Muhammad Ali within a few rounds because he was stronger than him, he was fitter than him, he was just more dominating than him. But Muhammad Ali stood triumphant at the end of the fight because he had self-belief. Now, in your everyday life, if you are looking to achieve something great, if you're looking to be the next Ed Sheeran, Lewis Hamilton, whatever it is, you have to have self-belief. That's where it starts. Without that, you can't go to the next stage. You can start something, you can definitely start something, give it a go, But to get to that next stage, you need to be like Muhammad Ali. You need to not have any fear, and you need to have unwavering self-belief. Another example to help develop your self-belief are things like affirmations. Now, I've heard that they work for some people. I personally don't use affirmations. I pray. I meditate. Whenever I'm meditating and praying, I think of the good things that I have in my life, and then I equate those to the fact that I've had self-belief for a very long time now. So the job that I have, the things that I'm achieving in my life, the people that I have in my life is from self-belief. It's because I took myself out of my comfort zone and was able to dive into the deep end and achieve these things through self-belief. Now, meditation helps with that because I can sit down, I can be a bit more introspective on life, and I can think about all of the blessings that I have. Now, I've heard that affirmations like saying to yourself in the mirror, you're great, you're worthy, and all this other stuff, it does work. There's research behind it. I'm sure you can find something online. But for me, meditation really, really helps. It allows me the headspace to sit down, be grateful, and think about all of the things that I've achieved. And it's definitely something that I've implemented for the last sort of 5 to 10 years. And in the 5 to 10 years of my life is when I've seen the most growth. And that's because I've been a lot more intentional about things like self-belief, motivation, inspiration, discipline. So why don't you give meditation a go? See how it makes you feel. One thing that can be detrimental to your self-belief is past failures. Now, everyone fails in life. Even the greatest people that we've seen live the greatest lives of our lifetime have failed at something once in their lives. But the difference between those that succeed and those that do not is not letting those failures and those setbacks get them down. So if you fail in life, if you don't get that job, you don't get that house, you don't get that car, you don't live that life you're living or you want to be living right now, that's fine. It's a setback in your process. It's a setback in your timeline. Keep going, keep trying. Because the only way you're going to keep trying, failure after failure after failure, is by making sure you have that self-belief that you need. J.K. Rowling was rejected by 12 publishers. The 13th one picked her up for Harry Potter because she had self-belief. Failures will happen in life. That's okay. Part of the process. You just need to focus on where you're going and why you're doing it, and making sure self-belief is at the forefront of that. The last thing that self-belief can help you with is your confidence. Not everyone is born with confidence. People have different life experiences when they're kids, in their teens, in their adult lives, something which kind of clicks inside of them and helps them become more confident. For myself, as a child, I was a very reserved child. I didn't really like meeting new people. I didn't really like talking to many people. I was very set in my own way. So the only people I really liked to talk to were my cousins, who I used to see every weekend, and my family, my direct, immediate family. Anyone else, really, I wouldn't make the effort. I wasn't able to communicate with them effectively. And that's because I didn't have the self-belief that I needed to be confident. Other kids were confident, other kids would play with, new children in school, things like that. I would stick to the same crowd because I had a lack of confidence. And that was from a lack of self-belief, believing that I was worthy of those new experiences and worthy of being confident. Now, this can happen in a new workplace as well. Sometimes people will start a new job and be the most confident person in the world. Others will be a bit more reserved, and that is just a lack of confidence. And the root cause of that is self-belief. And the last and probably the most important thing for self-belief is making sure you are around the right people. If you have negative people around you day in and day out, it can really kill your motivation. It can kill your self-belief. It can kill your drive. I've worked in places where people are complaining from the moment that they clock in to the moment that they clock out. 8 hours of just literally moaning, complaining, being overly critical about others around them, about their jobs, about their lives, airing laundry, all of that stuff I've been around before. And that is when I felt at my worst. And not just in the workplace, your friends, people you spend the most time with, your spouse, your family. If they are negative people by nature, then by nature you're going to be a negative person as well. It's part of your environment. You need to pick yourself up out of that environment. You need to go somewhere that's positive for you mentally. Now for me, thankfully, my family life was great. No real negativity. But when I entered the workforce, I'd never met so much negativity in my life. And usually it's because people are there because they have to be, not because they want to be. If you meet people that are in a job because they have to be, that is the quickest way for you to feel miserable, because they will bring you down with them. If you work in a place where people are happy to be there, it's their dream job, they don't see anything else in their future, you will grow. Your self-belief will grow and your confidence will grow. So make sure you're in environments and places where people want to thrive, and you're hanging around with people that want to thrive, because being in those environments will help you thrive. It will help your self-belief. Thank you everyone for watching the video. If you did enjoy it, then make sure you hit the like button, subscribe and share. My apologies for not uploading last week. I have been a little bit ill, but back on track. Thank you for your continued support. It really, really does mean the world to me. I will catch you on the next video. Take care.